Semantic feature analysis and semantic mapping. We use our semantic knowledge and abilities every day. Typically, when we hear or read a specific word, we are able to picture it in our mind, the physical features of it, the usage of it, what it is, and all other things related to it. The same for when we actually see an image of that object or see the physical object before us. We are able to label it in our heads and recall the features of that specific object, again, like what it does, what it is, and what it's usually used for, etc. And this ability allows us to recall these objects and words when we need to. However, patients with aphasia or patients who have a semantic deficit are unable to recall or remember the main features of a given word or seen object. This deficit is likely to disrupt that person's everyday thought process and decision-making in what types of words they use and how they communicate to others. Semantic feature analysis with semantic mapping allows those people to exercise this skill and gain the knowledge from it so that they can practice and utilize this knowledge for later instances and use. Right now, I will be going over two similar therapy approaches that can be used. Type A is focused on providing the patient with a spoken or written word, and type B is providing a photo. For both therapy approaches, there is some type of semantic map in which different key semantic features are solved for during the semantic feature analysis, and those components are listed. These are examples of commonly used semantic maps to practice semantic features that can be found on Google Images. This is the one that we will be using for the therapy video that you will see later on in this presentation, in which instead of the target picture in the middle will be a target word. And here are two other examples. You can also use a checklist for comparing targets that have similar features, but not all. However, this will not be used during the presentation. So if you see the one that says dog, cat, etc. So type A for providing the target word. This word can be either spoken or written or both. And thus, once the word is provided, the patient will use the semantic map to fill in the semantic features of what the target word represents. A visual cue in this approach would be a printed image of what the target word stands for, and this cue allows the patient to pair the visual components of and to the written term, which can help the client recall certain features. An example of a verbal cue would be a fill-in-the-blank statement, giving them a verbal hint or asking them a question that might encourage a current response or more support for the client. And this is the approach that we will see in the video. And type B is fairly similar, but you start with giving the photo first. And once the image is provided, excuse me, once the image is provided, the patient will use the semantic map to fill in the semantic features of the target. And cues are as similar as the type A. However, if we're providing the photo first, then our first cue might be giving the label of the image. These are the materials that we will be using, that you'll be seeing in the video that I will be showing right now. Again, this is the map that I will be using, but rather than the target picture, it will be a target word. I'll have a pen or pencil, a data sheet, which is just a sheet of paper of me marking down the cues needed. And that is the target words. However, there will only be 4 targeted in the session due to a limit of time. And here are some visual cues that will be used for that list. And this is the video.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. So we're going to continue what we've been doing for the last few weeks. So remember, we're doing semantic feature analysis with our map over here. So remember, there's our target word is in the middle, and I'll say it out loud and it's written for you. We're gonna go over the features of it. So the group, use, action, properties, location, and association of that target word, okay? So our first word, do you have any questions before we start?
No.
Okay. So our first word is pencil. Can you give me the group? It is a
it's like a writing tool, right?
a writing tool. I like that. Writing tool. Great. What do we use it for?
We use it to like write and draw, correct?
Mm-hmm. A pencil, we can write with it, draw with it. So what does a pencil do? We can write with it, but what does it do?
It like, it makes marks and it can erase things that if you have a mistake on.
Great. I like it. Make marks and erase. So this one seems pretty easy for you. Can you describe it for me?
So it's the front,
Mm-hmm.
like if you like sharpen it, it becomes sharp.
We can have a sharp pencil. What else? What's some other properties? I have a question. What is it made out of?
Wood.
Wood. So it's wooden. Anything else? It could be sharp. What can it, if it's not sharp, then it's
Like kind of like dull.
dull. Right, I like that. Okay, so the pencil could be sharp, dull, wooden. Great. Okay. Where would we find a pencil? Where's the location of a pencil?
You can find it at like work, like a work office,
Mm-hmm. Work office.
or like for students who are writing at schools.
School. Mm-hmm. You find pencils at your work office. I like it. What does it remind you of? Pencil.
Sometimes I kind of get mixed up with a pen.
So it reminds you of a pen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what I'm writing with right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. All right. So now we are going to move on to our item 2. How are you feeling?
Good.
Good. Item 2. So our target word is knife. So try to visualize knife. And then go ahead and tell me what group it's in. What is a knife?
So a knife, isn't it? In the kitchen, it's like a kitchen tool.
A kitchen tool? Yeah, that's exactly right. It's a kitchen tool. A kitchen tool. I like that. What do we use a knife for? Do you remember?
We can use it for cooking.
Mm-hmm. For cooking. Okay. Do you remember what a knife does? You know it's a kitchen tool and we use it for cooking. What does a knife do?
I don't remember what a knife does. What does a knife do?
Okay. I'm going to show you with my hands and you could tell me if this is a good hint. So let's pretend I was holding a carrot and I was holding a knife in this hand.
Mm-hmm.
This is what a knife can do.
Mm-hmm.
Does that kind of remind you of what a knife does?
Yes.
What am I doing to the carrot?
You're cutting it.
Cutting it. Nice. So a knife does what?
Cutting.
Cutting.
Or chopping.
Chopping. I love it. Chopping. Great. Good job. Do you remember what it looks like?
It's like sharp.
Sharp. Yep. That's why we can cut with it. Sharp. Anything else?
It's like silver.
Silver. They can be, yeah. What is it made out of? Usually.
Made out Metal.
Metal, right. Metal, okay. Where would we find it? I think you already gave a good answer for that.
Kitchen.
Kitchen, great. We would find it at a kitchen. Association. So what does a knife remind you of?
Like a sword, maybe?
A sword? Yeah. Can you explain why?
Because it's like sharp.
They're both sharp, yeah. Okay. How did that one feel for you?
I feel good. Yeah, I mean.
Good. No, you did great. Okay, so we have two more. The next one is cow. Okay, so we're gonna group. It is a cow.
Cow.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's an animal.
Mm-hmm. So it's an animal. That's right. Okay. Do you know what we use it for? What would we use a cow for?
I forgot. Which one is a cow?
I'll show you a picture. This is a cow.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. So what do we use this? What do we use a cow for?
Okay.
Do you know?
So they run. They also eat grass.
They run and they eat grass. So that's what they do. So we'll put that under action. They run and eat grass. I like that you got that super quickly. But do you remember what we use them for?
Oh,
What do we use this for?
It's.
You can look at it and try to think.
Oh, for like milk and dairy and cheese.
Yeah. We usually use cows for milk and dairy, cheese. And you already said that it runs and eats grass under the association. So let's go to properties. I'm going to put the photo away and try to think again. A cow in your head. Can you describe it for me?
Cows, so they have like black and white spots.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have black spots.
Yeah, black spots.
And they also have a bell.
They usually do. Yeah. So sometimes they have a bell on their collar.
Yeah, and then don't they have like a little number on their ear?
Yeah. So yeah, that's true too. A number on their ear. Not all cows, but the ones that live in a particular place, which we'll do for the next one. Location. Where would we find a cow?
A zoo.
Okay. So I can see why that might be an answer. A zoo. We know, yeah, a zoo has a bunch of animals, but I'm not sure if a lot of zoos have cows. So up here, remember you said that they have a number on their ear and they produce milk and dairy. Where are those cows? Where do we use those cows? We find them on a farm. Great. So we might be able to find them in a zoo, but usually in a farm. 1 second. Okay. And then what does it remind you of? When you think of a cow, what does it remind you of?
So, because it's like black and white, it kind of reminds me of like a zebra.
Nice. A zebra is also black and white. Zebra. Okay. That was also really good. We have one more. Okay. Our last one is hose. And I remember last week you had some difficulty with this, so hose. Do you remember what a hose is? It is
I think hose. I'm not sure which one was the hose.
Yeah, this one we had difficulty with. So this is a picture of a hose.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you've used these, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you've used this before. So can you give me a word to describe it? Or not a word to, but a general term for it?
It's like a tool.
A tool. Yeah, a hose could be a tool. Maybe like a more specific term would be like appliance, but a tool works. A tool or appliance. I'll write appliance because you're going to be taking these home to study. Appliance. Okay, so get a good look because I'm going to take it away. Okay, so now that you know what that is, what do we use it for?
We use it to like water plants
Right? Water plants.
or like washing your car.
Washing your car. Is that how you use it? Washing.
My dad does.
Your dad washing your car. Nice. Okay. So we use it to water plants, wash our car, but what does a hose do?
A hose. Okay, so it like water comes out of it from the actual pipe.
So water comes out from it.
So it gives water.
Water comes out / gives water, right? Gives water. Can you describe it? Some properties? You got a good look. So, do you remember what a hose looks like?
Yeah, it's like really, really long.
It can be really, really long. Yeah.
And like some of them are like green or gray.
Yeah, a lot of them are green, gray. What else? They're super long. So what's another feature that allows us to use it like anywhere we want? Super long.
Oh, it's kind of like has like it's flexible.
Flexible. Yeah, that was a good one. I like that. Flexible. And then 1 second, I'm so sorry. I need to make a note of that. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Location. Where would we find a hose?
You could find it in front of like the yard, like on the actual grass of the house.
Yeah, yard, on grass,
In your garden.
in a garden. So I noticed that once I showed you the photos, it helped a lot. Okay, I like that. What does a hose remind you of?
You know, because it's like so long.
Uh-huh.
It kind of looks like it's slithering. Kind of looks like a snake.
A snake.
It
Okay.
reminds me of a snake.
Yeah, I could see that because it's long and slithery. Nice. Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
I do. Okay. You did an awesome job. We are all done for today. How do you feel?
Good.
Good. So
was
I'm gonna give these papers, I'm gonna let you take them home and you can study them, and then we'll continue next week, okay?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Oops. Oh, what is it? Sorry about that. That was a I don't know what that was. But back to our presentation. That is pretty much it. Besides, oops. That. Thanks for watching.